troubling me since I've become a Muslim, about ghosts, manifestations, hauntings and so forth. What does Islam say about this, Sheikh? Could you give the brother some advice?
Well, Islam teaches us that there is a world which is known as the world of the unseen. Amongst its contents, the angels, the jinn, and the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam has informed us about the nature of each. Angels, Allah created them from light, versus the jinn were created from fire. As repeatedly Satan said that I'm better than him, than Adam. He created him from mud, while he created me from smokeless flame in one ayah, from fire in another ayah, and so forth. Concerning the jinn, which basically what you're referring to, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about their nature, إِنَّهُ يَرَاكُمْ هُوَ وَقَبِيلُهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا تَرَوْنَهُمْ. That Satan and his company could see you while you could not see them. And they do have the ability of disguising in any form and shape. And they do have the ability of being presented before you as a human, or as somebody who passed away, or. There is no way of communicating with the jinn, with us as humans.
Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all of you. Before we continue with this video, I want please everybody, when I post a video, take it, load it in your account, because Muslim is working hard to ban my account as always. And we just got banned a few days ago. This is a new account, but no problem. As you know, you can find me always in muhammadtube.com. You go there, you make an email, you make an account, and we will send you email as an update for a new account in case we are banned. And please be sure that's to put your muhammadtube.com in your save list, in the mail list, so it's not going to go to the junk. Now, as a reminder for the video I made before this one, we did explain to you that Muhammad, he have no guarantee that the one who saw it was an angel. And as we heard now, that Satan, he can show himself in any form he wants, any form. He can play the video again, any form, even in the form of an angel if you want, a form of a human, as an elephant if he want. So this is what they said, any form he want. And here, this is what raise a question: how come Satan, he can be in any form, any shape he want, but Allah, he cannot? Because if we ask Muslims, can Allah be a man? They will say no. Can Satan be a man? You say yes. So Satan, he have a lot more power than Allah himself, because Allah cannot be anything except a leg. This is how he is, and he stay always as a leg. This is what the Quran says. Then we ask a question: if Satan can show himself as a human or anything, or even an angel, what is our guarantee that Muhammad, he did see really an angel, his name is Jibreel? What is our guarantee that this is not a Satan? Because we just heard that Satan can show himself in any form he wants. Now, in the second part of this video, we will see something very important. I want you to listen carefully, please, and we will see what is that going to be.
As believers, unless some of those who disbelieve in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and utilize the jinn as they used to utilize them before Islam to inform them about what's going to happen tomorrow. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Jinn that they used to go up and ascend to listen to the writings of the angels, with the commands that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is dictating to them to be executed in this coming year. And they would take one information and they would go down to their allies of the soothsayers or the fortune tellers, and they would tell them about one correct informations. For instance, there will be an earthquake, 7 point whatever, in Japan, and that many people will die. That was ordained to the angels. So they will take this information and they will go to some soothsayer somewhere who has a microphone and will tell the people or write a book that I expect an earthquake to take place in this area. So when it happens, it doesn't mean that he knew the unseen, but he used to be the jinn, would overhear the informations from the angels and reveal them to their allies. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stopped that. So the only way of communicating with the jinn.
How he stopped that? If you just told us they will hear it and they will tell their friends. What do you mean they stopped that? And you know, we want to know how even angels, you know, they are getting command from Allah and they write it down. And this is when Satan, he spy at them. How he spy at them? He go to heaven? Listen to this, guys. Satan, Mr. Satan, he jumped all the way to heaven. maybe behind the walls of heaven, he will put his ears and he will spying at Allah. Allah is giving commands. Hey, my angels, write down. Tomorrow in Japan, there's an earthquake is going to happen, 7.5 over. And Satan is listening. So Satan, he will jump, hey, I got the news, and he will come back and he will tell the people they support him. Huh? Is that right? And why Allah is giving commands to the angels about the, tomorrow there will be. If it's going to be, will be, why He is telling the angels? If it's going to be, it's going to be. They did not explain to us why. Like, is the angels the one who will do it? Or it's Allah? In the same time, in here, we ask ourselves a very easy question. Just to show you how the Quran contradicts itself. We just heard this guy, he himself, he said in Surah Al-Jinn, Allah, he said that genies will come to him to spy. Okay? But if you go to Surah Al-Rahman, in here, chapter number 55, verse number 33, it says clearly, Allah is challenging the genie and the human to pass beyond the zone of the heaven and the earth. So even the zone of the earth we cannot pass. Which means no genie, no human cannot go out of the zone of the earth. So how he can go all the way to heaven? You just said you cannot. And here you will see, it says, not without authority. If we go and read the explanation of this, according to Muhammad, he will say, authority is only be given to the prophets of Allah or in the judgment day when people, they go to heaven. That's it. There's no other authority. There's no exception. Except those two cases. Either you are a prophet of Allah and Allah will take you there, or like Muhammad, as we know the story, Muhammad, Allah, he sent him a limousine, and that limousine was a donkey with two wings. Stop in the house, in the front of the house of Muhammad. It was a female donkey, and Muhammad jumped on the top of it and he took him to heaven. So Muhammad, he have authority to go there to visit Allah. He had a barbecue day with him. And then he came back. So this is the authority they are talking about. You can go and read the explanation. Then he is saying that the one who is not having the authority, all the men and the genie, all of them, with no exception, with no authority, you cannot go. If you try to do so, Allah will shoot you with fire. He will burn you. He will smoke you. Now, when here we ask a question. If this is the case, nobody can pass the zone of the earth and the zone of the heaven. How Satan was able to go all the way there, and why Allah did not shoot him? If you just told us that He will shoot anyone, especially the evil ones. It sounds like the missile defense system of Allah is not working good. Maybe He have a problem with his radar. And as you see, Satan is being able to hack the security of Allah, going through all his security checkpoints, listening to the command of Allah, and come back and pass all the security checkpoints again and deliver the information for the enemy of Allah. All of this happening when Allah, He don't want it to happen, which means Allah is not Allah. If Allah is a word mean God for Muslims, it's mean this God is not God. Because as you see, Satan can do things against Allah's will. Satan is challenging him, and Allah is challenging Satan, saying to him, oh, you, all of you, genie and men, you cannot pass the zone of the earth without my authority. So the only way for Satan to go there, if Allah, He gave him authority. But we just heard this scholar supposedly saying, no, Allah don't have, He didn't give him authority. Actually, Allah will shoot him, as you see in the verse in the front of you. So this is how we can expose the Quran. Quran contradicts itself, in every verse have a joke. Only dummies can believe in such a book. Allah will shoot you if you try to go out of the zone of the earth. So what happened to the American and the Russian? Didn't they go and pass the zone of the earth? Didn't they go to the moon? Where is the flame of Allah? And the only one until now who was able to go and pass the zone of the earth is not the Muslims even, it is the Russian and the American. So they are not the good ones for Allah, and Allah is watching. He's not doing his challenge. I challenge you. This is how funny and how dummy this religion is. Follow with me please with the coming video. Christ is Lord, and Islam made by a dummy for dummies. Ameen. And don't forget please to make an account in muhammadtube.com, and so we can send you an email if they ban my new account in here on YouTube as always they do.